In my last video, I looked at many concerns about local solar energy proposals. So far, the developers have provided only scant information, expecting that to be enough to get their plans through quickly. Following input by our local authorities, the local public and others, many aspects of the solar proposals are now delayed by the Welsh Government's planning body, PEDW. Its new report points out oversights in the solar proposals and requests much more information. The report shows that, amongst other things, Newport City Council raised concerns about the need for developers to assess impacts before identifying transport routes, details of plant and materials movement and on-site storage. The council also commented on landscape, habitats, visual impact, the ground and land reversibility, highways, transport and access. Then, cultural heritage and fire risk, together with drainage, public rights of way and agriculture. Tolvine included ecology, rivers and estuaries, trees, hedgerows, visual amenity, landscape and heritage, pollution, historic features, air quality, glint and glare, the electricity grid connections and details of access, as well as transport routes, traffic management and the proposed storage compound, surface water, water quality, plus cultural heritage, public rights of way, dust, noise and smell, and the carbon footprint of the site's construction. Monmouthshire County Council included buried pipework, birds, bats, dormice and ecology, traffic analysis and traffic impacts, suggesting attention to adverse weather and other road disruptions. In addition, Monmouthshire seeks attention to visibility for site access points, noise, glint and glare from the panels, possibly flooding, and the council queries residential amenity. As well as requests from local authorities, the report contains written requests from CADW, Natural Resources Wales, PEDW themselves, mentioning the large gas main across the site, South Wales Fire and Rescue Service, councillors, local individuals, and community organisations such as our Ponthir protest group. The PEDW report gives Total Energies and Pegasus a lot to think about. Despite objections, they will try to get their plans past the Welsh Government, because the UK's net zero drive may brush aside normal planning rules. The rush for solar is depriving Wales of precious farmland and beautiful countryside. To disguise this, the developers may soon try to distract from objections by offering monetary sweeteners to local community groups. With Total Energies and Pegasus apparently unacquainted with our roads, junctions, lanes and their usage, from donations the Ponthir Group paid for an expert investigation. These are some of the findings of Mark Baker Consulting. In essence, the report is critical of the developers' own efforts to study transport impacts, including the challenges of workforce access and construction deliveries. It's viewed that the developers' opinions were not sound, and many problems have not been addressed. Weight limits have been overlooked, as have visibility, hedgerows, and the inadequacy of passing places and pull-ins to cope with congestion and queuing. The consultants point out the challenges of storage, deliveries, construction materials, and the capacity for parking. They believe the overall negative impact on the local lane network has been neglected, as has the impact on the surrounding road network. The report notes the use of the lanes by walkers, cyclists, pedestrians, and horse riders. It contends that negative impacts of the solar development would outweigh any electricity benefit to Welsh water. Given all those difficulties and the pitfalls we all know of, to me, This highly unusual, destructive development appears ridiculous. The question is, will it be ridiculous enough for the Welsh Government to oppose it and save the fields? Or will net zero overreach, take them a step too far, and produce a monumental, intrusive, destructive scar across the countryside of 3 Gwent districts?